Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Now today's recipe is one that has been requested the most recently and it's from Easy Indian Vegetarian. It's the chili chutney. It's a hot one, let me warn you. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's a hot one, but you only have to add a few drops if you don't want too much heat and a bit more if you want heat. It's so easy to put together that I had to share this recipe with you. The written recipe is in the book, link in the description. Let's get started with that. The only time you need in this is to soak the chilies first. So I'm going to get the chilies ready and soak it. And once the soaking time is done, it's ready quite quickly. So let's get cooking. Before that, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button right here. So I need dried red chilies. Now you could use Kashmiri chilies, you could use any other chilies. The packet this I've bought does not say what chilies they are, but they look about right. So you can use any dried chilies. If you know what variety they are, even better. But yeah, I need around 20 of these chilies. And make sure you get rid of these little heads because I don't want those. And I'm just going to pour boiling water. And I'm just going to leave this for 15 minutes. Just so they soften up a little bit. Next up, you need around 10 to 12 garlic cloves. I'm just going to peel them. It's going in a blender, so you don't have to chop it up. Just peeling is fine. So in the mixer goes the garlic cloves, then a roughly chopped tomato goes into, and look, they have puffed up, they are softer, and you can see the creases have reduced. Wow, the sun's going. Anyways, in the mixer goes chilies along with garlic and tomato, and then I'm just going to add 2 tablespoons of this water just to help grind this. So 1 and 2, and then blitz this. Look at that. Right, moving on to the next part. Get a pan nice and hot. So we're going to use some peanut oil for this. So get a good 4 to 5 tablespoons. Don't be shy because we want to keep this chutney for a few days. We need a good amount of oil in this. Get it nice and hot. Now once it's hot, reduce the heat a little bit. You don't want things to burn. And add a teaspoon of mustard seeds. 1/4 teaspoon of asafoetida hing. Once that has sizzled, let it cook out. Gonna add a tablespoon of urad dal, which is the washed black lentils. And now I've got the heat on lowest and I'm just gonna give this a couple of minutes. I'm adding this for the crunch and the flavor. It just adds another texture to the chutney, which is lovely. Don't cook this on high heat. I have got the heat on lowest at the moment. So they've got a bit of color and it's been a minute and a half. I'm going to add the chili and tomato puree. I'm just going to add 1 drop of water to get this out. Just getting everything out of this. And I'm trying not to use my hands because I will touch my eyes then and regret it straight away. Now I'm going to let this cook on nice low heat for 15 minutes or 20. I'll see how it's going. I've got it on low heat. I'm just going to continue cooking between low to medium actually, and then this should take 15-20 minutes. So it has been 15 minutes and as you can see the oil is floating on top, and because this is something we want to keep for a few days, we need extra oil. It's, you know, You can add a bit more if you want to kind of make it like a chili oil instead of a chutney, which I am going to do. I'm going to add a little bit more oil and then cook it for another 10 minutes. And this time I'm going to reduce the heat to even more. So that's what I'm going to do. Add a little bit of oil and cook for last 10 minutes. And you can see it's already looking good. But I haven't added everything yet. There are a few more things that will go in after 10 minutes. So stay tuned. Just going to leave it to bubble for 10 minutes. Right, that is bubbling away nicely. What I'm going to do is, here is a block of jaggery, which is unrefined sugar, and you can get it in Asian shops. I'm going to grate 3 tablespoons of this. So I totally get that some of you might say that you can't find this jaggery and you don't have an Asian shop nearby. The reason I'm using jaggery, obviously it's used in a lot of Indian dishes instead of sugar to add that sweetness. Now you can add muscovado sugar, brown sugar for the kind of sweetness you want. The only thing with jaggery is it's got this lovely flavor to it, which a normal sugar doesn't have. That doesn't mean that you can't use it. I'm just clarifying things, that why only jaggery. But if you can't find it, you still want to make it, don't want to wait, I wouldn't either. I would just use some brown sugar. So I'm going to add the jaggery to this. So I'm going to add 3 tablespoons. Can't leave this little bit. Just going to add it all. And this is going to balance out the very sharpness of the chilies. Look, the color is darkening up a little bit. Also going to add a teaspoon of, just a little less than a teaspoon of salt. And now we add a tablespoon of tamarind paste. Now this is going to add another layer of flavor to this chutney, oil, whatever you want to call it. What would you call it? Let me know in the comments. And now we give it a mix. I just want to dive straight in. Wow, look at that. That is stunning. Now we turn the heat off and get this in a jar. Wow, it's so hot in the kitchen. I'm literally sweating. And then on top of that, I have made chili chutney. I really hope you try it. I am so excited to hear your feedback on this particular recipe, because this has been one of the most requested recipes of this year. So I'm going to let this cool down. As you can see, there's lots of oil on top. Yeah, also let me know, would you call it chili chutney? Would you call it chili oil? In the book, I've used slightly less oil and it's more like a chutney. But today I've added a bit more oil. So it's more like a chili oil that I can use in my sandwiches and the summer picnics and things like that. Written recipes is in Easy Indian Vegetarian, link in the description. I cannot let you go without trying the chutney. I'm a little bit nervous because the last time I made this chutney was a few months ago, and I'm going to get a crisp rather than a spoon for this. Oh God, this is so exciting. Or maybe not. All right, I've got some crisps. This would keep in the fridge for a good few days. I shouldn't be taking so much. My taste buds are tingling already. It's hot, but it is insane. It's spicy! It's got umami flavors. It's got a bit of sweetness, tiny bit. It's got a bit of sour kick. Wow! I know I'm going to finish it in a week. I know it's spicy, but God, it's beautiful. I really hope you try it and let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm going to be eagerly waiting to read them. Bye for now. Don't forget to subscribe.